Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, we've got another vintage collection toy review to do. We'll be unpacking and reviewing the Greef Carga from Mandalorian, Season 1, Season 2. This seems to have the buckles on the jacket like we see in Season 2. And here we see just the regular card. We've got the 4 plus, and again, a choking warning. Hazard for under 3 years old. So 3 years old and under, there's 4 year old plus, and this is something you may want to consider. This is based off of this pistol here. You see this pistol is quite small, and that's going to be our choking hazard right there, as well as maybe some of the other items in the package. So we'll take a look at this today, and here we go. So first of all, let's go ahead and remove the pack off of the card. I went ahead and pre-cut that so it will come right off, and you get a good look at Greef Carga there on the card, and got the Kenner brand. Here he is holding the gun that is in the package. Again, with that nice jacket. It's the older face. So this is why I say it looks like it's from Season 2. You've got the silver. And just a note, and this comes up from time to time, there's still Season 1 figures that we can't get. Oh, come on. Where are they, Hasbro? We need them. Most notably, Quill. Where's Quill? Our vintage collection Quill. It'd be nice to have, some of those other figures. In the vintage collection. So hopefully those will be coming out soon. Here's our card. Again, the Mandalorian, Greef Carga, and again, figures on the back. And mentioning some of these characters here, they've got a bunch of them listed. Boba Fett, this is from Season 2. Anakin Skywalker, he's not from The Mandalorian. Oh my goodness, come on, help us out here. We're talking about Mandalorian Star Wars figures. So there we go, there's the card. And then let's go ahead and get into the package. Here we go, Greef Carga. We're going to first of all just lift off the cover. With that comes the paper. We'll let the paper go with it there and set that to the side. Secondly, let's take a look inside the package. First of all, this pistol. Let's go ahead and remove the pistol so that we can get that out of the way and look at Greef Carga himself. And let me take a look if I can get hold of this. Oh, Santa. Here we go. I've got a knife for just such an event, and we'll just cut that right off of there so that we can take a look at the pistol. Nice pistol here. Here we go. Let me show this to you all. There you have it. It's got a little bit of silver there on the handle. Otherwise, fairly blank. I've noticed with a lot of the others, and this one here, a lot of the others have like a wood grain to them. They'll have other detail. I have to say I'm a bit disappointed in this pistol. Again, maybe that's accurate to the figure, but even this side, there's no paint on this at all. This is all just the same color. It's just the molded plastic. It's got some detail on it, but that's only in the carving of the item. There's no actual paint on it. And if we take a look at the gun he has here, maybe that's the case, right? Maybe it doesn't have a lot of paint on it and it's just straight. But my goodness, a little disappointed in that this is just no paint, no color on it at all. So there you go. There's the pistol. We'll get more into that in just a moment. And let's get Greef Carga out of here. We've got him in the package. This fantastic robe that he has on. He looks great. So let's remove it here. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Here's Greef Carga. Again, he's a little bit gray. His head's a little bent from me whacking him out of that container. There you go. We can straighten that up. He's got these wonderful gloves. This big cloak. The cloak's rubberized. It's nice material. This feels great in your hand. It's a little heavy, nice, and of course this is going to be removable. We could take this rubber cloak off, and you could tell why you might want to do that. It kind of gets in your way when you're doing anything with him, and it's a nice ceremonial kind of thing. He wears it from time to time, but we see plenty of times with Greef not wearing this. So let's go ahead and remove the cloak. It comes right off over his head. Don't have to do any kind of extra manipulation to get that. And here it is. Again, you got the nice inside color contrast. You've got the gold amulets and the buckle there. meaning he's a person in charge. We saw that in season 2, right? We saw that as well with other folks as they're in charge. They wear this and they've got the amulets and that connector on there, right? So we saw that in the Ahsoka episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian. So let's take a look at Greef. Here he is, and all his goodness. His pants have a little bit of a texture to them. Here you go. You can see his boots. Got a nice buckle there on the boot. That's great. And then, as usual with these characters, here we've got one unrestricted at the shoulder. We've done several reviews, and you see that shoulder kind of gets hampered by armor and different materials. Here you can kind of see the full articulation without the hindrance of the clothing that gets in the way. And then he's got these nice gloves that are molded on. These are not removable. Those are molded on. Again, the regular articulation. So you're going to be able to bend at the elbow, bend at the wrist, right, as well as turn. So it turns and bends at the wrist. So you can turn the hand out and in just a little bit, and you can rotate it. Then, again, the head's going to be completely articulated. We can turn that however we like. And then he's got a nice holster right here for that weapon. Let's go ahead and put it in there. Let's holster the weapon. Take a look at it in the holster, and then we'll do it the other way. Like the Cara Dune figure, this one has a sight on it. The sight fits right over the holster. It helps pinch it in there really well. So you can set that in the holster and it's going to hold. Note that the holster is molded onto the character, so it does not, it's not removable at all. So there's the gun in the holster. If we take it out, like the other characters, this hand is molded in a pistol grip. And I don't know how well you can see it. You can see it's in a pistol grip. He's got the finger outstretched so it fits into the trigger hold. So we can put this in his hand, slide it in there, and then turn it just a hair so that the finger slides into the pistol grip or into the trigger assembly there, and it looks really good. So you can see that finger stick right in that trigger, and then the same on the other side. We'll note that Carl Weathers probably looks a little bit better than this guy. Let's just put it that way. Carl Weathers looks a little bit better than this guy. I think it's okay, but it doesn't really strike Carl Weathers when I look at his face close up. I think they could have done a little better at that. And then of course, with the articulation, we get at the knee. That's nice. It bends really well. You see the boot here. This is with all of these, they tend to be have a little bit of a rocker arm there at the shoe. You can see that shoe's wanting to kind of separate right there, but that's okay. And then it turns this way as well. That helps it so that it can turn, it can move, and all of that. So it looks great. We can flatten it so you can stand. That's all perfect. Same with the other. And then, as with all of these, it's kind of tough to get the leg just to move straight out. If you want to put this like in a crouching position, it's tough to do. Really, really tough. It's just the way that they're designed. And I can see here, this has got it's got a little bit of a thing right there, as well as just above it. So it's tough to get it to bend in that socket so that you could put him in a crouching position. To raise that leg takes a lot of effort, and it feels like you're going to snap it right off. I don't like that at all. It's been my one complaint about vintage collection figures. They are tough to get to pose that way, to get them to actually bend at the hip so you can put them in a crouch, to put them behind something or anything like that. So there we have Greef Carga. I cannot get that leg to bend there. And I noticed that this has got that extra, both of them. It's just not going to bend at the hip. It wants to turn right there. It's got this extra little bit of, see right there, he's got a slice. That slice is where it wants to turn. but you can't get it to turn just above that, right? So it's difficult to get to maneuver that way. That's my only complaint. And otherwise, well, I gotta say my only complaint. Already said he doesn't exactly look like Carl, right? So Greef Carga, you get the point. He does resemble enough with the little gray beard and the outfit. And again, we put on the cloak. The cloak really makes the man, right? Oh, oh, oh my goodness. We'll put the cloak back on Carl here on Greef Carga, and we'll pose him, add him to the collection. I think he looks great with that cloak on. I love it. Very happy to have him as part of the collection. So there we go. There's our review of Vintage Collection Greef Carga with the robe. From season 2, it would appear. We're still missing some season 1 figures. Hasbro, help me out. Help Santa out. Get us some more season 1 stuff. We're still incomplete on our collection. Folks, thank you so much for being here to see our review. Please post a comment, like, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you would. Santa would really appreciate it. And until we see you next time, my friends, Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.